electric style of three-division world champion and a boxing Hall of Famer. He'll be taking on Tim Tszyu. Exciting fights runs in the family for Tim Tszyu, and I promise you, he'll come out guns blazing here in this one.
Look at this. These fighters are so up for it. Look at that.
And with that, let's go into the...
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Bayamon, Puerto Rico, a colorful and popular three-division champion of the world, Hector Macho Camacho. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Sydney, Australia, introducing the junior middleweight champion of the world, known as the Soul Taker, Tim Tszyu.
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves, and here we go.
Words are cheap. Right. It's the action that says it all. We'll find out when the first bell goes.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. Good punch. Nice right hook. Nice counter shot. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your corner man whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
Men showing exceptional chins, by the way. We wanted action, and they are delivering. It's all offense all the time. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
This fighter focuses on that outside game. You don't see them get hit too often. You don't see them in trouble a lot, but that's what their mantra is.
Do not give an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
Beautiful counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Do you believe what we're seeing? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Hector Camacho that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
You've got to take that. Okay, I'm happy. I like that.
What do we expect to see here in round two? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Counter-puncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter-puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
That big hook doesn't land. Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. There's a counter shot. Catch and shoot. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. They figure out the combination to this safe.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. Is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Straight right just misses. These two fighters are made for one another. Both men step back for just a moment. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Hector Camacho. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight.
Let's get it started in round 3. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Won't score with that right uppercut. The straight right just misses. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
And he scores with the counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. It's bombs away. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Hector Camacho in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Yeah, somebody don't get complacent. You think this is too...
And there's the bell to start round 4. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Perfect counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. So much for boxing. This is a fight. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Hector Camacho. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner.
Great round.
Here's the bell to start round 5. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement, they are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Can't find a home with that jab. Both men step back for just a moment. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
How about that time counter shot? Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Well done with that counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Trying to fight like Roy Jones Jr. now, bouncing on the toes. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Hector Camacho that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round.
Good round. I like that.
Here we go in the 6th round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
The stamina is off the charts. let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. That counter shot lands. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. And that jab just missed with the left hand. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Hector Camacho. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
Breathe, just get you.
Okay, focus. Big deep breath. Calm yourself.
I'm in already. That right hand is beautiful. That's it. Just start sticking.
Listen, you switched off. What you're doing, you're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off. I need you to switch back on, get focused and get your mind back on the job. Get back out there and win the round.
Here we go. It's round 7. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've got in the ring with fighters like that and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Misses with the right uppercut. Both men step back for just a moment. They exchange punches. You'd like to see more jabs. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Do you believe this? They block the hook. Holding nothing back here in the round. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Hector Camacho in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Come on, we're getting back into this. You're betting this.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. And that is that. It is a knockout. What a win. A good body shot will paralyze you, and as you can see here, that's exactly what happened. So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.